again to North Sports Dynasty, where I am one of half. Holy crap! One of your hosts, Andrew Foobz, and to my that way is Mr. Alex Loosemore. How are we doing today, brother?
We're doing good, man. It's been a good week in sports as usual. Playoffs are rolling here. Really good matchups in both the NBA and NHL, and yeah, it's exciting.
What was exciting was last week we actually were able to get out of the house, hang out a little bit. For anybody who's wondering, where's all the video content that you promised us? I could only make one quick story that day because, lo and behold, we weren't the only ones that were allowed out here in Canada. They were having their roll-up graduation at the same high school that we were going to play basketball at. So obviously it wouldn't have been appropriate for me to take my tripod and cameras out to try and catch some of these awesome shots. So obviously we left those in the car. I made one quick story just to show everybody that me and Alex and a couple of other friends were out. And we ended up playing a 5-on-5 with sub basketball game because random group of kids came. Graduates in Sherwood Park. I think they were like 19, 20. A couple of older guys that joined the fun too. Wow.
It was a really good game.
That was
Lots
great
of fun.
game. Alex posterized me basically one time, even though both of us cannot dunk.
Oh, God, no. I have no vertical, so.
Yeah, I got no verts either. I probably do, but everyone was laughing at me. They're like, no, you're going for distance, man. You got to go up.
Yeah.
Go up. And I'm like, I'm trying to go up. And they're like, nah, you just wait. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense. But we did have there was a couple nice plays. Alex got I don't even know, 6 points for sure in the actual game. 4 of those came on me. I suck.
You just gotta quit jumping, dude.
What do you mean? I'm going for blocks, man.
Yeah, but I did it 2-3 times on you. I just stop, you fly by, and then easy basket.
I don't care. I'm still going to try and stop you because I'm going to posterize you with a block one time. You're going to be like, oh, nice, easy layup. Then all of a sudden, you're like, yeah! No, so that was actually fun. I did not too bad. I got a couple. I only got 1 point in the big game. Got a nice couple of assists. But yeah, I was more of a facilitator, like I always said I would be. But it was fun. There's some talent here in Alberta. I'll give those kids that. The rough stuff, it is inevitable when you play, say, street basketball. And the rough stuff happened, but it was very polite rough stuff. Like when me and that one guy when the one guy pushed me, he went for a block. I'm not again, if you push me, whatever. But when he went for the block on me and he got me a little bit and I missed, but I was going right for that pole and it was like, oh crap. I just put my hands there and moved to the side and everyone stopped and were like, yo, you okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. This is good. This is actually awesome because I've never been able to play a 5-on-5 game. So it was quite enjoyable. I know, right? Yeah. So we got a couple of people tuned in right now. Afternoon, gentlemen. Teresa, thank you for tuning in.
Hello.
Misador, what's up, gentlemen?
I finally met him.
Yeah, you met him.
Yes,
I haven't had the pleasure to meet him, not for a while anyway. I missed yet another show. No, you did not. You're always welcome here. And don't you worry, all the shows, this North Sports Dynasty and Bucks Report have this nice little partnership going on. So you can hop over there and catch their shows, obviously, Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Sunday. And then, of course, you can pop over here and see us. We got shows on Saturdays and was it Thursdays now? Alex and Johnny are doing, what is it called?
It's the North Sports Dynasty Bucks Report NFL edition. So as I explained it at the start of the show, I talk a lot of Lions, and then Andrew and Bucks Report, as it's in the name, it's a lot of Buccaneers. So what me and Johnny wanted to do is do a show where it's the entire NFL. All 32 teams. We'll cover all the teams. Any news that comes up from any of the clubs, we'll break it, and we'll discuss it, everything going on. So any topics you want to bring up, throw them in the comments on the show, and we'll discuss them.
And it's nice, too, because it's on Thursday, so I can be very drunk and pop in whenever the hell I want because this is my platform. So, like when it's on Bucks Report's platform, we do make this nice partnership agreement where I have to keep it respectable for now. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Legends of the Ginger Gunner. Oh, my friends. Kyle says, I'm going to have to bring you guys some shit back from Atlanta, October 1st to 11th. Go. Nice. Hashtag Falcons v. Washington football conference.
The football team.
Yeah. Hashtag Braves game. Hashtag North
Sports
Exposure. Dude. We might have to get a couple of shirts made and get you one or two here and get that name out there. That would be awesome. We covered a lot of teams in that first episode. That you guys did.
Yeah, I popped in there. It was all over the place.
I popped in there for a bit. I was a little busy with the wife, but that's just what I do. I am a very different type of man, ladies and gentlemen. And that's better lighting. Thank you. I tried. Like we got the little ring light now. I decided.
Is he carrying the joke over from Thursday?
I don't know. I didn't see the joke on Thursday either.
Because on that one, I do it with Johnny, and he said, wow, Andrew, you're looking a little older in that lighting.
That's right. I do remember that comment now. Yeah. That's hilarious. Did you say you were too busy with the wife? Oh, yes, Misador. Once you keep tuning into this show, you'll learn more and more and more. Alex knows way too much anyway. So. That being said, the knowledge that Alex has here is quite immense. And before we get right into the nitty-gritty of the shows here, we like to update everybody with some of the news that's going around across the world, across all sports, except for soccer. No, I'm kidding. When we got Euros on right now, the only info that you guys need to know is Viva la Germany is winning right now 2-1 over Portugal. And as you can see, coming over here right now, down in the bets. And SD has Portugal versus Germany. We are taking Germany today to cover the 0 to 0.5 at -115. There wasn't too much money to be made throughout that game, too much. So we decided just to go with the little cover spread, and we have the rest of our picks down there below. A lot of our Lightning fans are not going to like that pick right there, and I don't care. The Lightning are a very good team, but the Islanders here are also a very good team, and we'll get into that into a little bit. But before we do that, Alex, give me some of the sports.
All right.
The news of the sports.
We will start off with the NFL, as we always do. Start off with some news that broke on Thursday. So your Madden 22 cover is the old GOAT is Tom Brady, and the young GOAT shown in the commercial is Patrick Mahomes. It's cool and all. As I said on Thursday, my main issue is you called it the MVP edition.
Yeah.
And there's been no MVP between these two in the last 3 years. Well, it's been 3 years.
Oh.
So, to me, and your whole thing was centered around GOATs, so it should be your GOAT edition.
Oh.
If we're being honest. But I mean, and to me, pardon my language, I'm shitting on the game because until I see otherwise, it's been the same game every year. So I need to see a little more out of them before I get excited for this game. I get excited every year, and it's the same game every year. I don't want to pay $80 for a roster update this year. So
I also agree with that. I'm going to cut out here for a second. Hold on. Where's this? There it is. Yeah, Germany 3-1, baby!
I saw you like the arms up in the air. I was like, what's going on here?
I just happened to look and I was like, wait, did they score? And I was like, they're not even like celebrating that much anymore. And it's like, nope. You want to know why? Because Germany has finally gotten back to the old school way. Oh, they're going to call it offside, aren't they? They might call it offside. They may call it offside. I don't know if it's going to be offside, but either which way, all that passing that is happening right now is this is a bit, man, this is like watching Germany win the FIFA World Cup from a few years back here. Oh, my squad is coming back. Wait, they actually keep the goal? Hold up. 1 second. 1 second. Let me check it. Let us check it. Hey, Ronaldo, this is what happens when you cost Coca-Cola $4 billion. Germany gets called.
That was funny.
Germany gets called and says, hey, spank him. You remember what you did to the Brazilians in their own house? Do this to Ronaldo now. Germany 3-1. All right, Alex, sorry to cut you off. Go back to the news.
Oh, good, dude.
Also, yes, hold on. I do agree. I'm not paying $85. If I'm about to pay almost $600 for a damn PS5 that I can't even get technically, and I get another roster update, I'm going to be pissed.
Now, there has been some franchise updates. Apparently, the stuff they said they were going to fix, they've actually fixed.
Oh, okay. Did they add any more, though?
Well, yes. So they added, and this is just, I haven't seen it as fact.
Yeah.
But apparently now all the assistant coaches and everything we wanted, apparently that's in. You can fire coordinators. Apparently the first, big update after the game is launched will be your scouting overhaul, all that. So they're actually putting in the work this year.
They better. All right.
Yeah, they better.
All right. What else?
All right. So Matt Nagy has made the questionable decision to say no matter what happens, Andy Dalton's our starter. I don't like this at all personally because you just pigeonholed yourself into Andy Dalton's your week 1 starter. If Fields comes out and has a great camp and outperforms Dalton, then you're either a liar or you're an idiot for not playing the better quarterback. So to me, I don't like the move at all personally.
Nope.
Speaking of another rookie quarterback, the Jaguars are reluctant to say that Lawrence is their starting quarterback. They're still saying it's competition. I don't know how Minshew or anyone competes with Lawrence. To me, the only way you could have said competition was if you had signed Alex Smith.
Yeah. Or if there was the odd chance that they're just trying to cover up an injury that might still be too bad. But
he is still hurt. His hamstring and everything is still buggered up. But
that's what happens when you play at Clemson. All right, what else you got?
So Ravens defensive lineman Calais Campbell, he's 35 this year. He was drafted in 2008. He's now said that he's looking to possibly retire after this season. This might be his last run. We'll see what happens there. I got into an argument with my friend about this one. He's a big Dolphins fan. The opening practice of minicamp. Normally, I don't like to look at practice too much and go off that. Mm-hmm. But Tua threw 5 picks in the one practice.
Oh, in the pouring rain.
To me, I don't know. That's worrisome for me.
It's the pouring rain, though. Hold on. It's the pouring rain. I do agree. It is something.
In the pouring rain, you run the damn ball.
In minicamp?
Well, you're not.
I think in minicamp, it was more like the coach is like, I don't care what. You have to throw it in there because we need to see what it would be. So I do agree. It is something to keep an eye out because all of a sudden, if he gets the perfect weather and the perfect conditions and they say just do whatever, and he's like, oh, sorry, left-handed. He'd be like, and he just tucks under. Yeah, then it's like, okay, maybe you guys should go and try and trade for Deshaun Watson.
Well, and at the same time, the ball's slippery for everybody. So
yeah.
It's slippery to catch it. It's slippery to throw it. It's slippery all the way around. Sheldon Richardson, defensive tackle. He's been with the Browns the last couple of years. Vikings 2018, Seahawks before that. He's kind of been all over the place. Drafted by the Jets. He signs back with the Vikings. Just a 1-year deal. They need help all over that defense. So that's a big get if he can stay healthy. Speaking of the Vikings, Danielle Hunter. I thought he was going to be traded this offseason. It's looking like next offseason.
Oh, yeah.
He signed a rework deal. He gets 5.6 of his salary this year and a signing bonus right up front. And then next year, on the 5th day of the new league year, so it'll be the middle of March, he has an $18 million guarantee for anything. Injury, cut, trade, anything. So they're going to have to move him pretty quick or they got to pay him a lot of money. I mean, he's worth that kind of money. He's one of the better pass rushers in the league when he's healthy. So
that is true.
To me, I just don't know that you can justify paying that right now when you got to find a lot of your defense.
Yeah, you got to find some help.
Chiefs are now looking at moving Chris Jones in pass rush situations from the defensive tackle to the defensive end, be that outside pass rusher. To me, I don't like the move. He's one of the best interior pass rushers in the game. He's so disruptive against the centers and guards. Keep him there. Interior pass rush is hard to find, so don't screw it up by throwing him outside. You've got Frank Clark on the outside. Develop another pass rusher. Have him push the pocket from the middle. That's just my personal opinion. Nick Mullins, the former 49ers quarterback, he started a few games. He's looked good. He's looked terrible at the same time. He signs with the Eagles. So it's another quarterback with starting experience. So look for this to potentially actually be a competition this summer.
Might be.
Instead of just talk. Jerome Baker, who came out the day before he signed this extension and said he's not really worried about a contract extension, signed a 3-year, $39 million deal. To me, that doesn't look good for Xavier Howard, who's holding out for more money after signing a 5-year, over $50 million deal. Because there's a lot of people that are going to need to be paid right away. Le'Veon Bell hasn't really done anything since leaving the Steelers. When asked about possibly returning to the Chiefs, he said this is one way of putting it. He said he'd rather retire than play for Andy Reid again. Apparently there was stuff said between them that Le'Veon didn't like. I'm not going to get into that because I don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
You're barking up the wrong tree, dude, though. If you look around the league, there's coaches everywhere that are part of Andy Reid's coaching tree. It's so hard to find a team where there's no Andy Reid influence whatsoever. So that might be the final nail in his coffin.
More than likely.
Moving on to the NBA. Andrew's going to be pretty excited about this one. So the Boston Celtics have traded Kemba Walker, the 16th overall pick, and a 2025 second-round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Al Horford, Moses Brown, and a 2023 second-round pick. What this does for OKC is, including this year, over the next 7 years, they have 19 first-round picks. So think about that. In one draft, there's 30 first-round picks. They almost have 2/3 of an entire draft spread out over the next 7 years. That's insane.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have already done the talk. Are they going to try and do a Raptors situation? That's one of the reasons why I wore the Raptors hat first. I got a nice little collection going here. Here's the thing. Do they build from within right now for a while, or do you use some of those picks to finally go get a disgruntled all-star for a year or two and try to win something? Okay. If we're going to do that,
Shai Gilgeous, the first option into the second option.
Well, yeah, you know me because we were talking about this before. I want both. And did we just score again? Woo! That's right, Ronaldo. You getting embarrassed. 4-1. Yeah, that's right. You Buccaneer fans know what that is. Anyway, 4-1. Anyway, I don't even know. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if there's disgruntled stars, I want it to be right in the middle. I want it to be right when we're actually maybe doing okay, because we got in Chris Paul and he led us to something pretty okay.
Almost to the second round of the playoffs, which with that team was damn impressive.
Yep. So now all of a sudden, looking ahead here, there's a lot of first round picks. Wait 2 or 3 years. Wait to see if you can get a Cunningham. Wait to see if you can get a Monty Bates. Wait to see if you can get a couple of those other good players. And if you can get those and you put them into the starting rotation and you give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the damn extension he deserves.
Man, he's
what a great steal. I'm going to just take everything from the LA Clippers here and get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Don't get me wrong. Paul George is showing exactly what he was meant to do. But give it 2 or 3 years, get the youth in there, wait to see how okay that they are doing, and then all of a sudden start trading those picks to get that major star. And that major star that I could see it being would probably be a Devin Booker. I think in 2 or 3 years they won't play him, or it'll be somebody from no offense, your Timberwolves, because your Timberwolves are probably good. Now me and you have both said off air, maybe even on air, if the Timberwolves were the team that actually became the Supersonics, that may actually be the best thing for both of us because I am torn because I love my Supersonics. I've always loved my Supersonics, and now they're the Thunder. So if the Supersonics come back, do I change teams? I'd probably cheer for both for a while, and then into my elder years, I would probably more be a Supersonics fan. But if you think that me and Alex wouldn't all of a sudden be like diehard Supersonic fans right off the bat, you're laughing. So, all right, what else you got?
So Dirk Nowitzki's rejoining the Mavs as a special advisor. He better help find them a new coach and GM, as I'll explain later. LaMelo Ball won the Rookie of the Year. I might be a little biased, but I'll still fight this that it should have been a co-rookie. Had LaMelo Ball played more games, like had he been healthy, he runs away with it, no question.
Yeah.
But to me, I think the injury screws people out of awards all the time. But I think Anthony Edwards deserved to be Rookie of the Year as well. To me, with the amount of games that LaMelo played, it should have been a co-rookie of the year with those two. And I might just be a biased Timberwolves fan, but
I'm a Wolves fan and want to see all my players win every award that they deserve.
No. Anthony Edwards is the only one that had any business being in any award conversations. My team's garbage. I know that.
I'm sorry. I like the Hornets a lot too. So all right, continue on.
Scott Brooks. Well, there's a lot of coaching changes here. So Scott Brooks and the Wizards part ways after the playoff elimination.
Yep.
They tried to come up with a contract. They just couldn't agree on terms, so he's going to leave. Stan Van Gundy is fired from the Pelicans after one season.
Bye.
Rick Carlisle decided he's not returning to the Mavs. A couple days after Mark Cuban came out and said that it was total BS that he's staying as long as he wants to, Carlisle came out and said, well, I don't want to be here anymore, so I'm leaving.
I want to leave. Bye.
The rumor was he wanted one of these big jobs, whether it was if the Bucks came open, something like that. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. The All-NBA teams were announced. The first team was Curry, Luka, Kawhi, Giannis, and Jokic. I don't think there's too much debate there. I think that's pretty spot on. Maybe Chris Paul but Curry and Luka were so good as guards. To me, I think it's those two there. Kawhi Leonard potentially tore his ACL. Had a knee injury, final minutes of, was it game 5?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and
don't need him.
They're worried that it's an ACL tear. There hasn't been any news in the last couple of days on it, so we're waiting to hear back. Chris Paul is in COVID protocols for the league, the health and safety protocols. Yep. He may miss the entire Western Conference Finals because of this. Mm-hmm. So this is dangerous for the Suns fans, although it's kind of interesting because the Clippers are without Kawhi and the Suns are without CP3. So really it comes down to, in my opinion, it comes down to Booker versus Paul George.
Booker. Because
it's really good rosters the rest of the way. It's just which star can take the team over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, Donnie Nelson, the Mavericks GM, is also not returning. He was the one that made the trades for both Dirk and Luka. So, I mean, he's obviously done pretty damn good for this franchise. It'll be interesting to see who takes over there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he starts going after, like, Blatt, that European
coach.
There's,
for the GM, the name that came up was Masai Ujiri. His contract has run out with the Raptors, and they haven't been able to come to terms yet. So Masai Ujiri is going to be looked at by a lot of franchises.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
And just a pointless one here. LeBron's going to wear number 6. I just threw that out there because I just wanted to say it looks stupid. LeBron number 6 in the Lakers, it looks awful.
I just need to be relevant in the playoffs while I'm not there. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Now, him going to bat for the players after Kawhi's injury and all that, I thought that was kind of cool. Although at the end he did make it about himself too.
But that's what I mean. It's like all these just keeps making it about himself, and I'm sick and tired of that. It's like, if you're gonna stand up for the players, stand up for the players. You don't need to be like, if anyone knows about health and longevity and all that, it's me. Yeah. Like, also leave that out. Also, I'm assuming you're done, right? No. Okay. I was like, more things. Okay, I was like, that would be a perfect transition, but no. Okay, continue. Okay, so moving to the NHL, just some award news here. Barkov won the Selke for the best defensive forward. The Lady Bing will be announced tonight. That's your sportsmanship and talent and all that. Yep. Rod Brindamore wins the Jack Adams as the best coach. Signed a 3-year extension to stay with Carolina. Well deserved, all of it. Well deserved. Oscar Lindblom wins the Masterton Award for perseverance, sportsmanship, dedication to hockey. Came back and played like 50-something games after beating cancer. So congrats to him. Gerard Gallant is the new coach of the New York Rangers. That's a really good hire there. That's a very good hire. Very good hire. Especially with all that young talent there. That's going to be huge for them. Yeah. And then just a couple MLB things, and we can transition into your rant here. But first, Shohei Ohtani is just insane. He does it all. He pitches, he bats. He's an insane hitter as well. He's going to compete in the home run derby. I am that's something that makes me want to watch the home run derby. And I haven't been able to say that the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Like, that gets me excited for that. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. And then we'll roll right into your rant so here we're just gonna roll. We're gonna roll right into this, eh? We're gonna roll. And right the new foreign substance rule. Fuck the foreign substance rule. Fuck them all. What is the new foreign substance rule there, Alex? So I've heard a couple different things. The one I just saw today was there's nothing. I heard that you might be able to use rosin. That's been a thing for years, like the rosin bags. Or there's nothing at all. Umpires are gonna check every pitcher, every game. So if it's a starting pitcher, when they're pulled from the game or in between an inning, they're just going to say, hey, come here, and they're going to look. Come here. Relieving pitchers are either at the end of the inning that they came in for, or if they get pulled in the middle of the inning, whichever one comes first. This is good for the game of baseball. If you get eliminated, or if you get caught with it, it comes with a 10-game suspension, and like each suspension's obviously more. What are you doing over there? What the hell did you put on your glove, dude? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what kind of thinking shit is this? Oh, sorry. Okay. Listen. What did we call this? Is it the Red Rant or something like that? I don't know. Red's Rant. Red's Rant. I'm going to put my foot in your ass. Oh, my God. Okay. This pisses me off. This pisses me off. This pisses me off. The pitchers have come out and are upset because they have been caught essentially cheating for all these years, using banned substances in any which way that they fucking can in order to get a better grip on the ball. I get that. Okay. Hey. So then all of a sudden, when they finally get fucking caught, their major excuse is, first of all, when the guy's asked a question in a fucking Zoom meeting, he looks as if he pretends that, the whole thing is all of a sudden just paused, like, could you repeat the question? No, motherfucker, you know what the question is. Answer it. All right? Holy shit. So all of a sudden, they're trying to justify that they've been cheating this whole time, and the only reason we're doing it is to protect the players and stuff like that. No! Do you understand how fucking stupid that sounds? That's like saying, this is not like, she would never do this, right? That'd be like saying if my wife was cheating on me and said, no, babe, no, it's okay. I was doing it because the whole time you couldn't produce me kids. So I just made sure that I went and did it. What? This is literally like saying that you have just been, you've been fraudulating money through your company for the last fucking 20 years. But no, it's okay because everyone's been making a little bit extra. No. There's so many different things that I can say right now to justify how fucking wrong this is. You cheated. You sat there the whole time. You get your little fucking ball cap like this. And you see him, you got this little brim here. Yeah, a little lick in the brim and stuff. And then you put it on the ball. And we're here the whole time supposed to be thinking that it was some kind of a thing that you guys did in order to make sure that you kept yourself mentally prepared to throw a ball 100 miles per hour. No, you motherfuckers, you've been putting like sticky tack and spider tack and your fucking anything that's sticky. Put your mind to it.
They've been rubbing licorice on the balls too.
Licorice, for Christ! Fucking licorice! They might as well freaking like my damn glove right before a game. Do you understand how fucking stupid this is? And my thing is they come out and we're doing this for the protection of all the batters and stuff like that. Oh, really? Really? So all of a sudden, if I go and I pull out all this video of all these pitchers throwing balls at batters' heads in certain games, and you sit there and you're like, what do you mean that wasn't intentional? You had the spider tack to make the grip work. You had the grip. It's there. It's in your fucking hand. It's in your fucking glove. It's on your hat. It's on your jersey. It's on your arm. It's on your leg. It's everywhere. Your whole body is sticky. And for some reason, they think it's okay. Because we're protecting the players. You've hit the players. Twizzlers are... That's the real question right there. But you're saying this is to protect the players. You've been hitting batters in the heads for years. You've been aiming high for years. Now all of a sudden what's coming out is you are getting injured. Oh, poor fucking you. Poor fucking you. Who makes the most money in baseball? Pitchers! So this whole time you cheated your way to the top and now you're going to cry foul. This is bullshit. And you deserve everything that's coming for you. If you start hitting batters, I want you rejected from the game and I want you fined. You want to know why? Because then all of a sudden you're going to go from the top of the pedestal to the fucking bottom because you deserve it. If you do not want to become a better athlete and learn how to grip a ball and throw a curve and a knuckler and a sizzler or a nibbler or whatever, if you can't learn to adapt to the game, then maybe you should get the fuck out of the game. They took the steroids out and the people stopped hitting the major fucking home runs. You want to know what's going to help them hit the home runs again? Take the fucking sticky shit away from the fucking pitchers. This should not even be a debate. There should not even be something that all of a sudden Ron Bamford was like, oh, shit, let's go and take this out halfway through the season. I should have let the season play out, and then you should have done it in the offseason. So that way
you can't, though. You can't right now.
I get that. I get that. But, like...
Nobody's hitting any baseballs. It's getting boring. You can't. You got to change it.
But the problem is you already got the Astros allegations and the Yankees and the Red Sox and all this other shit. And now all of a sudden, to keep your fucking job, you think that we were just going to eliminate this halfway through the season, and everybody's going to be all honky fucking dory with it. Look at my hair. Look at it.
It's not about making people happy though. It's about making the game entertaining.
And I get
you gotta get people to pay to watch your games.
So
and if you're not, the main thing that's making people pay is home runs.
And that's you know how we're going to get the home runs? If the pitchers can't grip.
Well, and that's why you take it out now and you don't wait till the end of the season.
And I agree with that. I just think for metrics and for Robert Manfred, like to basically ever say, look, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never cheated. I've never known about the cheating and stuff like that. Yes, you did. And I know people are probably driving right now and they're like, God damn it, Andrew. You yell all the time. And I get it. But like, I'm very emotional. I know, honey. I see you. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. This is a reason why baseball cannot be enjoyable anymore. Okay? There's a reason why Johnny Dean fucking hates it. There's a reason why a bunch of people probably tune this off. as soon as we started talking baseball. But this needed to be said. And so I can clip it out one day and call it Red's Rant or the Bearded Wonder Rant or whatever. I don't care. I'm just like, yeah, the foot in your ass there. Yeah. I just don't understand, man. It makes no sense how you can make like $500 million and then all of a sudden when you get caught like basically cheating on your wife, like, no, listen, it's only because that you're infertile. That's why I've been cheating on you. Like, how fucking dumb does that sound? Like, hey, babe, like, honestly, like, if you just found out, like, I'm just saying, like, I was cheating on you and stuff. Yes, I understand it would be dead, okay, right? But my excuse was, no, babe, you've been infertile this whole time. Like, that's the only reason I'm doing it. Well, duh, I know we have the 2 kids, but, like, that's the thing. It's like, it's dumb. It's dumb. And, like, Garrett Cole, like, almost crying. Like, did your fucking agent tell you to do that? Like, literally.
He probably did.
Shed some tears, and I promise you it'll be all fine. And he was like, I'm here for the protection of players. Go through his fucking record of all the players that he's hit. He's got a couple of bad ones in there, all right?
Yeah.
So end comment on this. If you are a pitcher and you're crying foul on this because your money's going to get taken away from you and you've been cheating this whole time and you can't learn to adapt to the fucking game, get the fuck out. End red. All right, so now we'll move into the real nitty-gritty stuff here. Even though that was a long rant, I needed to say it. That's why I got water here. See?
That wasn't actually. You've had longer rants than that before.
I guess I have.
Yeah.
I did get really hard into the paint on why the 2002 Buccaneers defense is better than any other defense of all time. And I proved my point. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I proved my fucking point. You take your 85 Bears and your 2000 Ravens and your 76 Steelers and all the other ones I wrote down there before 2013 Seahawks and your 62 Packers. Take them all. I'll take my 02 Bucks over anybody. And then there was some dude that had the audacity to go on Twitter and be like, anybody who thinks that the 2002 Buccaneers defense is with anything good should understand that our defense took on this person and this person and this person. And I'm like, did you not ever go back and just like watch history? Donovan McNabb was not a bad fucking quarterback.
No, back then he was actually one of the better ones.
The St. Louis Rams were not a fucking pushover organization here either.
Mark Bulger was good back then too.
Like the Saints, that was our division. Do you want to know who else was in our division? Michael fucking Vick.
Yeah.
So this dude, I'll find it on Twitter and I'll tag you and I'll just be like, you see this fucking
Well, and the
guy?
Panthers were a good team back then too.
Thank you. And I even wrote down, hold on, where was I got it, so like literally right here. Where's these running backs that we have to place? Jamal Lewis, Corey Dillon, Marshall Faulk, Deuce McAllister, Michael Bennett, Amon Green, Jerome Bettis. All those running backs were held to the lowest rushing games, or one of the lowest rushing games of their careers. And it was the 2002 Buccaneers defense. And okay, cool. We played Patrick Mahomes. Like our 2020 defense did really, really fucking good. But when you compare the two, it's non-comparable here.
Yeah.
So, but the only thing that we can compare is our Dynasty. But we're gonna get into the comments here because we had a lot of fans tune in here.
Yeah.
Where is it? There we go. No, we were right here. You're looking younger. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Feel better, and you answered that. Look nice and young today. I know he says young right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a shot at Johnny, and I love it. Ooh, Team Canada might qualify. Davies Nation. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Soccer is not a sport. It's a gym activity. Misador, how dare you?
Oh.
Steven Glasker, what's up, guys? Stop it, Alex. There's no way.
What do you name it then, Steven?
This
what do
should
you
be
name
the
it?
GOAT edition.
If you're going to have any edition, it sure as hell ain't the MVP edition because the last I checked, Aaron Rodgers ain't on that cover. So,
Ooh, that's right.
And that's coming from a Lions fan. So,
yeah, as he sips, he's like, but that ain't none of my business. Yeah, sports games. Always the same.
Yeah, it is.
Kemba Walker guy. Yeah, that's right. Jared Martin is a Kemba Walker guy, and he knows I am a Kemba Walker guy too. That's why I'm excited to get him in the Thunder jersey. I'm happy he's in the Thunder jersey. He's gone from the Hornets to the Thunder now. Like, that's the type of path I like. That's always the catch if they can stay healthy. That's why I can't commit to OJ Howard.
There are different levels of it, though. OJ Howard is consistently injured.
Yes.
Neil Hunter's had 1 or 2 bad years of injuries, but otherwise he's been healthy his entire career.
If you have to compete with Nick Mullins, you are.
I saw this one. That was good.
A, not good. B, Jimmy G. That is actually quite funny.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's because they don't trust in Jalen Hurts. I just think that the coach is a bit of a dipshit and thinks he's going to change everything up right away and not trust in Jalen Hurts. Like at this point,
I think though you got to get somebody with experience and like starting experience to be your backup.
That as well, yeah.
Because if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out, then you want somebody in there.
Yep, Kelly Frederick. Mint. The dude, Keith Larson says, dude. Amen on LeBron. Sick of him too. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I do appreciate what he has done in his career, and I still think he's a top 3 player of all time, and I don't even think that could be necessarily argued. Oh, we almost made it 5-2. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm getting sick of him too here. Nice that 70 show reference, yep. And then the licorice comment as well. Yeah. All right, let's get into our rankings again. So last week, just so everybody knows quick, we did our 1 through 10. So you can check our show last week. Alex also has his players up on the site right now, 1 through 10. Yeah. You can take a look at 1 through 25, actually. So you can take a look at all those players and his rankings that he's got right now. My rankings will be up later on tonight or tomorrow. I've been working on the NHL mock draft one, which took me a little bit.
I wanted rolling on mine.
Yeah. And I've been trying to work on the expansion draft. That one's a little bit more difficult because it takes a little bit more time. We have to find out what teams would expose players, which ones we think, obviously, because we're not going to know until like 2 days before this happens anyway.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit difficult for us, but we are going to try. So this year, though, we were going to do a Kraken's jersey, but due to our finances going to our freedom right now, we've decided we're just going to use the Owen Nolan jersey as the giveaway for this year for the Seattle Kraken. The person who can come up with this Seattle Kraken's roster to the closest, basically. So the day of, right before, we'll be taking all of the
predictions.
There we go. The predictions. We'll bring them in. I had a brain fart there. I'm sorry. We'll take all the predictions, bring them in, have everybody go over we'll go over them. We'll put ours out, obviously, as well a couple of days before, so people want to cheat and think that, we know a little bit more than everybody else. That's totally fine. You can take a couple of the picks that we have. I'm going to tell you right now, you will be not allowed in our prediction if you put the Detroit Red Wings exposing Dylan Larkin. I'll kick you the fuck out myself. You will not allowed to be in this, okay? But no, you put your predictions in. We've got an Owen Nolan, San Jose Shark, signed, CEA, JSA witnessed, Beckett witnessed, all that kind of stuff. We will have that as a giveaway and possibly a couple of other little things. I know I have a lot of Lightning fans, so we are probably going to start tossing in the Lightning puck because I had a few people offer me some money for it, and I said, nah, I'm probably just going to give it into a giveaway. So we'll probably do that around that time. I also wanted everybody to know that me and Alex's predictions in the hockey playoffs right now, I don't know about you, but I have 3 out of 4.
I have...
Actually, Kim wanted to know, too, because she's like, you guys were tied in the first round, and then he must get his ass kicked in the second round.
Oh, I did. I only have the Islanders.
Oh, you only have the Islanders left, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So, yeah,
I had Montreal making the second round, but not this round.
Interesting.
I had Colorado beating Vegas, and I had Carolina beating Tampa.
That's right, yeah. So you had Colorado being Vegas, and then Tampa.
We were the complete opposite on pretty much everything.
Oh, yeah, Carolina being Tampa. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've had Winnipeg going this far, and I've been laughed at by a lot of people. Remember when I got laughed at the beginning for this?
Yeah.
People were like, Andrew, come on, man. And I'm like, what are you? It's highly predictable here. So, yeah, I got 3 out of 4. Alex has got 1 out of 4. If you put the show numbers combined, that's 50%, ladies and gentlemen. So you know how the betting goes, because if you look at the record down below, we're also basically sitting at 50%. With this win, which I'm pretty much going to assume this is a 4-2 win. We got about 5 minutes left into the game, but obviously we have had crazier things happen. 50%. That money will get back into the positive here after today. I can promise you that. So getting into the rankings now. Yes. We did our 1 through 25s. If you want to see our 1 through 10s, we will talk about them. But our 1 through 10s, if you want to see what those are, you just wait for our articles. Some will get brought up, obviously, while we're talking about it. This is mostly a teaser for you guys to go read up and get yourselves familiarized with the Dynasty. So we're going to start with the quarterbacks, as we did. We had this nice little talk about who we had missing the top 10.
Yeah.
And so to start off with mine, I got 11 through 25 in order. 11, I got Jalen Hurts. So I'm obviously not dumb like the Philadelphia coach. And then I got Tua, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Matthew Stafford at 15, Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, and got Ryan Tannehill at number 20. Carson Wentz, 21, Baker Mayfield, Mac Jones, Taysom Hill at 24, and Derek Carr at 25. What do you got, my friend? Actually, wait, hold on. Let me get my pen out so I can go. I should have done 25 to 11, but we'll do that.
I'll do 25 to 11.
Okay.
So I'm kind of questioning myself on this one now. Dynasty-wise, 25, I have Big Ben.
Okay.
24 is Sam Darnold.
Okay.
23 is Daniel Jones.
Okay.
22 is Tua.
Ooh, okay, Tua.
21 is Derek Carr.
Okay.
Number 20 is Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Number 19 is Baker Mayfield.
Interesting.
Number 18 is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ooh.
Mainly for this year.
Yeah, fair enough.
17 is Carson Wentz.
Okay.
16 is Kirk Cousins.
Ooh.
15, I have Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
14, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor. Okay.
13 is Matt Ryan.
Wow.
Yep. I still have faith in that offense.
Okay.
12 is Ryan Tannehill.
Yep.
And 11 is Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, nice. I think you can get a couple good years out of him still.
Very good. So obviously, yeah. So Alex has taken obviously a little bit more of an approach of the 1 to 2 year window.
Yeah.
Because in fantasy, there is certain positions that do only get the 3 to 4 year window. Sometimes maybe 5. So if you are talking about 50% of that window, then yeah, you could put it in those guys. I personally don't. The only reason I ever accepted a trade in one of the fantasy leagues was because they gave Tom Brady and Julio Jones, and they just wanted one of the players I was trying to get rid of anyway. And I had to throw in a third rounder. So it was like, yeah, I could make that an affordable. Trade. So that's ended up what I did. I just had to go look and see what else happened because one of my things popped up and someone just finally took Dokes off of the waiver wire. So talking about these quarterbacks here, Matt Ryan, I understand that he's going to be in the league a little bit, and I should probably have him higher. I have him at 26, and I got Kirk Cousins at 27.
Ouch.
Yeah, the only reason I got that is because Kirk Cousins, they drafted Kellen Mond. He's soon going to be gone. We just don't know exactly.
He's going to start somewhere else, though.
Ooh, but see,
you can't tell me there's 32 quarterbacks better than him.
Nope. But that also being said, I think he might go to a situation where like Jameis Winston with New Orleans, where they might use somebody else and him.
Yeah. Okay, so, that's fair.
That's just me as well.
Yeah.
The Derek Carr, we have around the same. Baker Mayfield, we have around the same, which is kind of funny. Daniel Jones, you have a little bit lower than I do. The youth of him really should put him higher on both of our boards, but we just do not know.
This is his make or break here, though.
Yep.
If he doesn't perform this year, he might be out.
Yep. Just like Ryan Nagy. Or Matt Nagy. Or whatever.
Matt Nagy. Ryan Pace is the GM.
Yeah, both.
I did the same thing earlier when I was
Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, or whatever. Get them both the fuck out of there. So if you're looking for a value here, though, ladies and gentlemen, at the quarterback position, remember that our league is PPR, so points per reception. I don't do half point. And no carries are worth any points either. That being said, any quarterback that can run the ball a little bit more is going to be of value to you. So that's why obviously I put Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. They look like they're going to actually run the ball a little bit more. Baker Mayfield should, if he wants to keep his job.
He's got the ability to.
He has the ability to, yeah. Same with Aaron Rodgers. We think Zach Wilson might. But that's also the reason why I start throwing like Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Matt Ryan at the backsides because they just don't run at all. The one major steal in here though, guys, like Trey Lance. Trey Lance may be sitting for a bit on a lot of people's boards, but when Jimmy G is gone, Jimmy G is gone, man.
Yeah.
And Trey Lance is going to be able to sit in there and do some damage pretty soon. Tom Brady had 11 though. That's interesting because he might just play for another 5 years, and he might actually.
I'm thinking more 2 to 3 at like that top tier level.
No, I want him for 5. I want him until he's 50.
Well, you might get him for 5, but I'm thinking 2 or 3 at like the top caliber quarterback.
That is true. All right, so that's our quarterbacks. We're gonna get into the running back position here now, and we will go 25 to 11 because I obviously fucked myself up in that. I said that we were going to do that last week, but obviously I didn't. So running backs, 25 to 11 in order. I got Kareem Hunt. Then I got David Montgomery, Myles Gaskins. Then I got Miles Sanders. I got Michael Carter at 21. Austin Eckler at number 20.
Really?
Yep.
We're going to discuss that one.
I got Trey Sermon at 19. Got Javonte Williams at 18. Got Travis Etienne at 17. Ezekiel Elliott at 16. Joe Mixon at 15. Your boy behind you, DeAndre Swift at 14. Got Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 13. J.K. Dobbins at 12. And Aaron Jones rounding up the final at number 11.
Okay.
So what do you got?
At 25, I have Leonard Fournette. I think he's your long-term running back there. 24, I went Miles Sanders. 23, Mike Davis.
Ooh, that's a good
22, one. I have Etienne, just because there's so many running backs there.
Yeah.
21, David Montgomery. 20, Kareem Hunt. 19, Josh Jacobs. 18, Chris Carson. 17, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 16, J.K. Dobbins. 15, Cam Akers. 14, Antonio Gibson. 13, Najee Harris. 12, Austin Eckler. That's why I said we have to discuss that one. And 11, I got DeAndre Swift.
All right. So the only reason why Cam Akers and Najee Harris
and
Gibson are not on my list is because I have them in the top 10. So you guys will be able to see that tomorrow. Germany has officially won. What did I tell you, babe? That's right. That's right. She even used my phrase of it. She's like, didn't you say you're not supposed to bet on what you want? And I'm like, okay, now you're getting the whole breakdown and I'm giving it to you. And I did. And she was like, okay. Guess what? She's sitting there smiling, ignoring me like, yeah. So looking at ours, we got J.K. Dobbins around the same area. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is around that same area as well. DeAndre Swift. So what we're saying basically there is in a startup league, I know a lot of people are going to want to get some of these younger running backs right off the bat. There still is value on waiting. I mean, if you want one that you want, obviously go grab them. But you may have to, if you want to be a competitor right off the bat, you may need to settle for some of the other ones that may be available at the tail end of one of the rounds. That being said, like not that many people are going after a Michael Carter or a Trey Sermon. Javonte Williams is rising on people's boards. But if you have a young number one running back already and you're looking at this little crop at the back here to grab another one, and you don't have wide receivers or tight ends, you should probably start grabbing one of those guys first because, you know, take our 11 through 25, there will be 7 of those guys available for you when it comes around. So just because the names aren't necessarily going to be what you want, this is Dynasty. You may be able to trade them later on for some of the pieces of the puzzle that you may want. If you're someone like me, I am a person that usually does play to I want the players that I want, and I will do whatever it takes to get them, as Alex saw in the offseason.
Yep.
The whole damn league saw in the offseason. And another league that I do as well, I've had to come back, obviously, from some bad trades I made at the beginning, and it hasn't been easy because they all don't like trading with me because I am the devil, as everybody knows. So that one is not easy. But if you're looking for the value sits here in this later round because there is running back. Some of these running backs are going to be, top 5, top 10 next year anyway. Yeah. We just don't know, obviously, which ones. You just got to look at the situations. Now, the Austin Eckler thing.
You got to explain yourself on that one.
The only reason I have him so low is because of the injury. Most of the other players up ahead, besides Joe Mixon, obviously, I just think Joe Mixon, if he comes in and he plays very, very well, I think he's actually going to be a top 5 running back this year.
Very possible, yeah.
Whereas Eckler can be as well. Eckler can definitely be a top 5, top 10 guy. It's just the injury, and it's a running back by rotation there almost now with Justin Jackson and Joshua Kelly.
I don't trust those guys.
And not many people do.
And Eckler's the pass-catching back of those guys.
Yes.
Especially PPR.
Yes. Now, the other guys do it respectably. They did lose Kalen Ballage, who had one amazing game for them, and I'm so glad that I played him that game as well.
Yeah.
But it's the injury, and when you look at the youth, he may only be there for another 2 or 3 years, and then he's going to be looking for another job. Like James Conner is 26 and was not looked at to be anyone's major starter until Arizona was like, okay, yeah, I guess we can bring him in. Think he's got value. It's just for when it comes to youth at running back position at Dynasty, that's what I want, and that's what I would look for. Especially when you have Trey Sermon, and you don't know the possibilities of what he's actually going to bring to you in San Fran.
But you also don't know the carries he's going to get.
That is also true.
They still like Raheem Mostert.
Yes.
And that was the same thing with Michael Carter for me is Tevin Coleman's actually, he's not a bad running back. And Ty Johnson was decent for them last year. They got some good running backs there, too.
They do. And he is only a 4th-round pick, but he's sneaky.
Absolutely.
I think this
had
is
him rated as a late 2nd, early 3rd, just overall talent.
I got him he's a steal only because the Jets were the one backfield that nobody knew what the hell was going to look like. So now everyone
thought they were going Etienne.
Yeah. And I thought they were going to go Etienne as well.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. So Michael Carter's an interesting one, though. Javonte Williams is going to get that position over what's his name? Give me a second. Melvin Gordon. Yeah, he's going to get that over Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon looks to be a little bit too old. He got his contract. He complained just like Le'Veon Bell did, and it's not looking too well for all those guys at 25, 26 who are like, pay me the most ever. It's like, you're not going to get it anymore, guys.
Yeah.
Just admit it. And then the back half here, Kareem Hunt. A lot of people, he's the backup there. It still got a lot of value in Cleveland if they're going to keep running those running backs.
That's always been a 2-back system.
And it always
is. And a damn good 2-back system at that.
Oh, yeah. The number one running back for me out of this, though, don't overlook Myles Gaskins. A lot of people are, he's small, and is he really?
To me, it's more the offensive line.
Yeah.
I still don't trust that offensive line. Eichenberg was a great get, but the rest of them I don't trust.
They do need to wait a little bit just to see what it is going to be, yeah. But Myles Gaskin is one of those guys. If you can get him in the 4th or 5th round, he is a starter.
Yeah.
So take it. Take it what you can. It is what it is. But yeah, Myles Gaskins would be one of the guys that I would look for. Everybody wants Travis Etienne. We know that it's a dynasty. If you got Trevor Lawrence and you can find Travis Etienne there in the 1st round, you're good.
Yep.
Going to the wide receivers, though, here. So we'll get into my 25 through 11. The tight end one is going to be interesting. We're just going to basically do from 20 on, because then all of a sudden we're talking into like extreme steals and stuff, and that one gets a little interesting until we actually know a little bit more about the dynasty aspect with tight ends and what some of these guys are going to do. So we'll just do 20 to 11, and then you can find our steals from 21 to 25 on our articles. But we're going to do the wide receivers now. So number 25, I got Amari Cooper. People are like, right. 24, I got Chase.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss this too.
Not Jamar Chase. Chase, why can't I think of his last name?
Okay, I thought you were talking.
No.
You're talking Claypool.
Thank you. I was like, why? I only got C beside it, and I was like, why can't I think of his last name? My apologies. Devontae Smith, I got at number 23. My boy Mike Evans, number 22. Jerry Jeudy at number 21. Jalen Waddle at number 20. DJ Moore, number 19. Brandon Ayuk at number 18. I got Deontay Johnson, number 17. CeeDee Lamb at 16. My boy Chris Godwin, number 15. DK Metcalf at number 14. Jamar Chase, number 15. Or number 13, sorry. And then his teammate, number 12, T. Higgins. And then a number 11, Allen Robinson. What do you got, my friend?
Okay, so 25, I went Jalen Waddle.
Waddle.
24, I went Kenny Golladay.
Ooh, okay.
23, I went Robert Woods.
Ooh.
22, I went CeeDee Lamb. 21, I got Chris Godwin.
Okay.
20, I got Tyler Lockett.
Interesting.
19, I got Adam Thielen.
Okay.
18, I got Cooper Kupp.
CC. Or
17, I have DJ Moore.
Okay.
16 is Mike Evans.
Ooh.
15 is Amari Cooper.
Oh.
14 is Jamar Chase.
Okay.
13, Keenan Allen.
Okay.
12 is Scary Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, Scary Terry.
And number 11, we have the same. It's Allen Robinson.
Yeah. And you had T. Higgins in your top 10, didn't you?
No, he's sitting right outside the 25 for me.
Ooh,
I like him a lot, but Chenault I wanted to throw in there too, but I wanted to get some number ones in there.
Yeah, Chenault, it is to be said that if you're looking at Dynasty and you can get Chenault in the 7th or 8th round and back,
go for it.
Go for it, because he has running capabilities, and he is what we have said before as a utility player.
Yeah,
he can do a lot of different things. He may even throw a couple of times. We don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did keep him out of there, but we have our sleepers and we have our favorite articles. We will probably do a top 5 utility players that we think everybody should keep an eye on, and we'll do that eventually. We'll just we'll add that to our list of articles to write there, Alex. But don't let it come in front of the mock draft 1.0 for NFL, because we need to do that first.
Yes.
God, we are lazy. Actually, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I am lazy. Alex over here had all the time in the world to do all the articles he did. So
yeah.
I wish. No, anyway. Okay, so some of the other ones here. DJ Moore, we kind of got around the same. CeeDee Lamb is a hard one to choose because there's so many fucking wide receivers there. And the fact that you got Amari Cooper so high, I mean,
to me, I think it's the fact that people are going to view CeeDee as the number 1. I think he's going to get the number 1 corner, and Amari's going to go on corner 2 or 3. And I think he could eat them up. There is still that chemistry there with Dak.
That is true. I mean, yeah, it's good. It is. Yeah, okay. I can see where you're coming from on that.
He's been at the top of the league for so long, or around that conversation. He's still only like 26, something like that, 27.
Yeah, he came out of the same draft class as Mike Evans. And he was actually drafted ahead of Mike Evans, and everybody said, oh, he's going to be better.
Yeah, just a couple picks, yeah.
But when they were talking about Mike Evans back in the day too, and even now they talk about the drops and stuff. Yeah, Amari Cooper's got way more drops than Mike Evans does, guys. So just
absolutely.
Brandon Ayuk, you don't have in your top, do you?
I don't trust him health wise.
Interesting. Same with Deebo Samuel. That's probably the reasons why we've kept most of those guys off of our.
I need to see them healthy before I can put them in.
Fair. I mean, I did trade Brandon Ayuk because I had the same thing where it's like, if I got to trust this guy as one of my number one wide receivers, I need to get value, and I'm going to need to get value ASAP.
Yeah.
And so that's why I did trade him away. But I mean, I got Dalvin Cook within that trade, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Not too.
You got value back, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not too pissed here. That also said, Mike Evans, you got ahead of Chris Godwin.
Yep.
That's interesting to me because
for me, it's all that contract. Godwin's on the franchise tag.
Okay.
We know Mike Evans is there. We past this year. We don't know that Godwin's there past this year.
I mean, there are some who speculate that he might not be, and I tell them to shut their fucking mouth.
Stop it.
Mike Evans ain't going nowhere. And the day that Mike Evans does leave is the day that I turn on Jason Light. To be like, he fucked that up. Now, unless you're getting 2 firsts for Mike Evans, I don't ever want to see it. And I know that someone will eventually watch this and be like, Andrew, if it helps your organization, then you have to trust. And shut your fucking mouth. I don't care.
See, and that's how I felt for Stafford. I didn't want to see him go, but it's what was best for our organization. So,
and there's even an article that I saw somebody write that was pretty nice, where Stafford agreeing to that trade really helped this rebuild a lot sooner, which makes it a lot easier for the Lions to get good pretty soon. So, Allen Robinson at 11, he's not bad. Obviously, whatever quarterback he's going to have there in Chicago is going to be looking for him. And I mean, he was on Jacksonville where they had a big 3-headed monster before too, and he was still getting the passes thrown to him every single time. So
to me, and again, this is coming from a Lions fan, Allen Robinson is extremely underrated.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves to be in every top 10 conversation, and he's not. And I've been sitting there trying to find reasons to not put him in. And I can't anymore. He's got to be in that top 10 conversation. He has to be. He's a top tier number 1 receiver.
This is true. All right, going into the tight ends now. And then we'll get into the fans before we head out here. About an hour and 7 in. Me and Alex are not playing basketball today. I got too many other things that I got to do. I got to go pick up groceries and be a good dad and all that kind of shit. So Alex, on the other hand, is gonna go fuck bitches, make money. All right. So number 20 for our tight ends to 11.
Yeah.
I'll start off with Tyler Higbee, number 20. Dawson Knox at number 19. Gerard Everett, number 18. Blake Jarwin, number 17. Logan Thomas at number 16. Evan Ingram at number 15. Pat Freiermuth at number 14.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Irv Smith Jr., I got a 13. Adam Troutman, number 12. And then Mike Gesicki at number 11. All right, buddy. What do you got 20 to 11?
So I will say you had a couple of my 20 to 25 in year 20 or 21 to 25 in year 20 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
I went Blake Jarwin, or I guess whichever Cowboys tight end starts at number 20.
Okay.
Hunter Henry at number 19.
Okay.
Austin Hooper at number 18.
Ooh.
Cole Kmet at number 17.
Yeah, okay. So you have him ranked a lot lower than I do, but all right.
Yeah. I got Gronk at 16.
Okay.
I got Jonnu Smith at 15.
Jonnu, I got him at 23, so okay.
Okay. Higbee's at 14 for me.
Okay.
Logan Thomas at number 13.
Yep.
Evan Ingram's number 12.
Mm-hmm.
And Gesicki's 11 for me.
Okay, perfect. So we both got that right there.
Yeah.
Gesicki has value in Miami. It's the problem that a lot of owners will know of Gesicki is he's really good for 1 week, might be good for 2 weeks, and then he falters off for a week or 2 or 3. And then he comes back with a vengeance, and then he's gone for a bit. So, yeah, I don't know what to think. Like, he's there at 11. He's not in the elite top 10 status, and he's not necessarily out of the elite top 10 status, but he's not. It's really hard to keep a love on Mike Gesicki here going forward. Like, I don't want him on my teams unless I have nothing else to look forward to. Like, I would take Adam Troutman and I would just stick him in there. So, I saw that comment there, so I'm just going to go straight to it about the Gronk. Gronk is, if we're talking Dynasty, Gronk is in a tight end room with 4 other guys who are all going to receive the ball, and in an offense that is more set to be for the wide receivers. More for the wide receivers than the running backs. So that said, one advantage I do give to that comment right here of Gronk so low is one of the. Oh, Dylan Barton says, "Hi, Alex."
Hi, Dylan.
One of the things is he's a red zone type catch, and
yes,
most of those catches that he got in the red zone this year were in the playoffs, and the playoffs don't matter for Dynasty playoffs. So
yeah,
that means, having him up there, he's got him up there at 16. There's no.
Where did you have him, Andrew?
I got him at 26.
Oh, okay. So Johnny, yeah, go at him, Johnny.
Yeah, you can go at him, not me. I got him at 26. And the only reason is because there is other tight ends out there when we're talking Dynasty again. If it was just a single season and I went heavy on everything else and I needed a tight end, Gronk is going to be there at the end anyway, and I'm just going to take him. And you take him and you find another flex that you can grab later on, and then you're good.
Yeah.
But there is other guys that I would take, like a Brevin Jordan, because he might actually do really good. Austin Hooper, like that you had there. What was that?
The one that worries me with Austin Hooper is Harrison Bryant. They like him a lot in Cleveland.
See, I would start Gronk and Brady on a Dynasty League. Those two fuckers are going to be elite for 50. Hey, listen, if you're sitting at the back end of a Dynasty, like even round 10 or 11, and you had the first pick of the draft or even the last pick of the draft, and you're getting back-to-back, and Gronk and Brady are there, take them back-to-back. But it would be so uncommon to be able to have that and still be able to get value for your team, because you don't want to harm your team if you're going for money just because you're a fan of the Buccaneers. This is a reason why I don't, and I've made it a rule for myself essentially, that I don't value Buccaneer players the same way that I value other players, because I don't want people to think in Dynasty leagues that they could just dangle Buccaneer players in front of me and they're like, oh, Andrew has to pay an extra round for this player. I don't do that. That's not how you win championships. This is also how Alex has to give up one of his bench spots on his taxi squad for a guy named Kyle Trask in order to dangle him in front of me one day, which is a fair thing to try and do in a league. This is the reason why I also look to get Lions players, Ravens players, Raiders players. Like there's a currently
Falcons,
yeah. There's
if Kyle doesn't already grab them.
Yeah, right. Now, did he reject it? I think he did.
Did you go after McCaffrey again?
No, God, no.
Okay.
No. Which, that was the wrong North Sports. There we go. See if that trade. Yeah, that trade he is still debating. So I'll go into this one. There is a trade being debated right now. I would get Darnell Mooney and Trevor Lawrence. I would be giving up Derek Carr, Phillip Lindsay, Deebo Samuel, and Lynn Bowden, because he needs running back and wide receiver help. So for me, I need a bench spot cleared so that I can facilitate the other trade that was made not that long ago by me, which was, if I can go to the there it is. So I got Diomi Brown, and I have to give up a third rounder. I got Diomi Brown, and I got a third rounder, and I just had to give up a second rounder, which a lot of people in the league were probably like, I hate you, Foobz. fucking hate you. And I'm like, hey, man, that's the way. I don't draft Buck players unless it would just be stupid to pass up on them. Yes, yes, it would.
Well, and that's the thing. There's some leagues like if you're doing it for fun, just go for your favorite team or whatever. But if you're doing it for money or whatever, trophy, whatever, you go for what's going to be best for your team.
Yep.
You don't go what players you like the best or whatever. You do what's going to get you the most points week in and week out.
That's why last year my strategy was when I was trading around and a lot of teams and a lot of players here in our league were trying to figure out their identity. I had some holes and I didn't want those holes to be going in there because this was my league, right? Which is, it's now me, Alex, and another guy's league all together. We run it together. Yeah. But my fucking league. It's how I think of it. I want to win it every single year.
Yeah.
So last year I'm just going to have, I think I had 6 or 8 of the back end running backs that everybody kind of wanted, but also didn't, like a James Robinson, Myles Gaskin, Ronald Jones. I had Cam Akers from last year. I had Miles Sanders. I had a bunch of guys like that. And I went into this year and I was like, I'm not playing that game anymore. I'm going to get 2 of the top 3. I tried, but I got 2 of the top 5 running backs going into this year, and I got a great other flex, and I was like, I'm going to increase my tight end position, and I'm going to get a better wide receiver because I already had Josh Allen. I already had some other extra parts that were good, and I had extra draft picks thanks to a trade that I made with this guy a while back as well. Yeah. So a lot of these people who just give away, and this is not a shot at Alex because Alex doesn't just give away draft picks either. I do have to earn these draft picks when I trade with him. But there are some guys who just give away future first-round draft picks, and 2 years later, you could use those draft picks all of a sudden because if you look what I had this year, I had 3 first-round picks, and they were all simultaneous. It was 3, 4, and 5. And a lot of people were like, all right, okay, we see what you did. We're sorry we allowed this. What can we trade for you now? And I'm like, nothing, bitches. Which I think I traded all those picks away to end up getting some of the players that I have now. So that's basically what I did. And I'm not, if I lose this year or if I'm not final 2 like I was last year, I am going to be a little upset. Nobody better get injured because I got no backups basically.
Yeah, that's the only thing with your team. If one of your top guys gets injured, you're screwed.
No fucking backups here whatsoever. So we'll get some of the comments from the fans also in here. Christopher Cole tuning in, hey guys. Johnny Dean made it. It's all good. In Debo, he trusts. That's fine. I think a few of us kind of do. Like I did trade for him in that league. So, but I am dangling in a trade.
I like Debo, but I can't trust him.
No, you can't trust any San Francisco wide receivers yet. If it helps the organization, then Mike Evans isn't going nowhere. Nope. I refuse. Mike Evans isn't going anywhere. Is going into tight ends. Evans better retire a buck. That's what I'm saying right there, Christopher Cole.
He should.
You know. That's still a funny comment to me there, Johnny. I would start Gronk and Brady on a Dynasty league. Those 2 fuckers are going to be elite for another 50 years. I mean,
I don't want to be this person, but both of them are probably dead in 50 years. So
Jesus Christ, Alex. No, I don't draft the Bucs players yet. And how do you earn those trades exactly? How? Well, you got to dangle. Yes, you do have to dangle prospects, but you do have we should probably do a show. I've always been reluctant to do a show about, how I get to where I am on this, but then all of a sudden people are going to be like, okay. What else do you do, Andrew? Okay. So I'm not trading with you anymore. Okay. We're going to just go here and we're just going to fuck that. Yeah. I don't like doing that. But, if you're asking, damn, Alex got dark there, right? Please stop including Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady as GOATs, as Johnny Dean says. Mahomes' career path is much more in line with Russell in 2B12, and nobody calls Wilson the GOAT. Yeah.
I meant the GOAT edition for Tom Brady being in there.
Yeah.
And the whole thing being centered around the commercial being 2 GOATs. That's the only reason I said it. I also don't believe like Patrick Mahomes has way more to prove before he's the GOAT. Way more.
What?
Yes. You can't be in the GOAT conversation 3-4 years into the league. Stop it.
No, that I can agree with. I do think though, say we're talking the next 3 or 4 years. If Mahomes wins one Super Bowl, goes to 2 others, and has an MVP in there, I think he already starts, because then it's an 8-year career, and then we have to start putting him in like Hall of Fame caliber stuff.
Hall of Fame, yes, but GOAT, no, not yet.
Not yet. No,
even at that 8-year point, no.
My GOAT is still playing for fucking chips, bros.
I'm sorry, but especially if we're talking quarterbacks, if Brady's not your GOAT, just stop.
Yeah, no.
If you want to talk all-time players, then we can have a discussion if somebody goes over Brady.
I stopped.
But
Alex knows this too. I stopped the hate of my Brady or whatever you want to call it back in the day when he won the 5th one. Then it was kind of like, yeah, we knew that he was the GOAT. Gronk dead in 50 years is still I'm still drafting over Jared Cook. That man is wrong. See, this is the best thing about fantasy football is you get these stories about people like
Andrew Luck.
Yeah, and oh my God, the Andrew Luck thing is still the best. And we'll talk about that on a different show because I want to tease that for people who don't know. Andrew Luck will never be drafted by
Andrew Luck outside of fantasy. Love the guy. Fantasy, he's dead to me. Even if he comes back, dead to me.
There is players and situations where things like this have happened where where's Johnny's comment here? How do you earn those trades exactly? Here's another thing. Here's how you don't earn those trades. You go to dangle all of a sudden somebody who just hates a player at them for a couple of trades. And all of a sudden in their head, they're like, I'm not trading with this guy because they're going to keep offering me, him. Like, for example, people will never draft Tyler Lockett. And that's the reason I didn't have him in my top 25. He's sitting at like 27, I think.
Okay.
Because he had a 46-point Dynasty game.
Yeah.
And then for 3 weeks had zeros.
Yeah.
And people traded for him, and they traded a lot after that 46-point game and got nothing. So this comment right here by Jeff is 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes men have just wronged you. Tim Tebow, I know, has wronged one of the guys in another league. So when it came to the fantasy waiver wire there and stuff like that, he grabbed him just so he could drop him. He literally knew
great.
He knew he was going to be first, so he knew there was a couple guys going to grab Tebow, and he didn't even care. He just grabbed him first, and then the next week dropped him. And people were
That's awesome.
What are you doing? And he's like, I just wanted to one last time drop the fucking useless player on my roster one last time. And I'm like, people just do what they do, man. That's just what they do. So that's awesome. There is stories all the time of some really good trades for players, some really bad trades. The fantasy footballers talk about Todd Gurley all the time. I know the one guy who traded a boatload to get him, and then which may happen to me as well. I mean, I know a lot of people in our league are kind of hoping that it will. Like, Andrew traded everything this year, and we're just hoping that Dalvin Cook, that injury comes back necessarily. And then you got what was it? I'm looking at my team.
I don't truly wish this on anybody, but I hope Dalvin Cook tears his ACL.
Jonathan Taylor, people hope he's like the third running back. They hope Cam Akers will receive no work whatsoever. They hope Hawkinson was just an overstatement. They hope Chris Godwin will never see the field. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, for some odd reason, are not starters. Like, I don't know how people are going to beat my team.
Trubisky's going to beat out Josh Allen in training camp. Yeah,
there we go. Like, I still got Trey Sermon. Like, I still got Laviska Shenault. I traded for Denzel Mims. Like, I got and then I got the Canadian too. I got him from you, but that was a good trade. And the best free agent waiver wire I've gotten right now is Firkser. There we go.
Firkser, yeah.
That Tennessee Titan, and the only reason he didn't crack my 20 is he was sitting at number 21. He's going to be a steal. And me and Alex will write up a couple more articles when we get closer to the season to kind of help you guys out. We'll do sleepers again. We'll do steals. What was the other one we were talking about earlier? Oh, utility players.
Yeah.
Proper utility players.
You can also do like people to stay away from. Potential busts.
Yeah, potential busts. We'll do a few of those articles for you guys as well. We're obviously just transitioning into the offseason for NHL and NBA, so we obviously do our mock drafts for those. But we do know this is mostly a football type show, and a lot of people come here for Dynasty as well. So after we are done our mock drafts and we talk about those, we will be talking more about the Dynasty to keep you guys in the loop, which by the looks of the views today, a lot of people were popping in and out at different times. So a lot of people are interested in what we have to say, and that's great. Love the amount of comments that we've had today. Yes. I love the amount of interactions that we have had today. You guys have been amazing. Alex Loosemore. Actually, sorry, before we go, let me add this to the book here.
Oh,
Germany won. Right. Germany won. So we are 1-0 for today. That means we are over 50%. We are 160, 159, and 5. That bet right there with money will be now minus $1.30. No, that'd be $1.60. Give me a second while we update this. Alex, tell everybody where they can find you.
All right. So on Facebook, Alex Loosemore. Twitter at Loosemore65. On Twitter, the North Sports Dynasty page is at NSports Dynasty. The North Sports Dynasty Facebook page is obviously North Sports Dynasty, where you're potentially watching this right now. And Thursday nights, it's a late show, but 9 p.m. Mountain, 11 p.m. Eastern. Me and Mr. Johnny Dean do the North Sports Dynasty Bucks Report NFL edition, where we just talk football. It's all 32 teams, the entire league, everything NFL. That's our show. Pop in if you got topics you want to talk about. Put them in the comments. Hop in. We'll post the stream link. You can hop in and talk football with us.
Yeah, it's basically a show that it strictly is football. Alex and Johnny do a great job there. I was invited. I wanted to let you guys obviously do your thing, and I got a comedy thing that I want to start doing here, and it's been taking a lot of my time, as you can see from the boards behind me. I've been working on some things, which, by the way, I am going to be putting a mass message out. I'm going to need a bunch of people to send videos of them saying "fuck you, Foobz" or "fuck you, Foobz." It's a quick 3 to 5 second video. You can take it on your phone, any location. The funnier, the better. And just know that it'll be used in a big comedy project that I've been putting off for many years that I am done putting off. So just
awesome.
stick true to that. But make sure that you guys tune into Alex and Johnny's show as well, because I tuned in there for a little bit, and they're knowledgeable. It is late. It is knowledgeable, though. So if you're sitting in bed and you're trying to get your last little bit of look-ins and bets and stuff like that, or just last little news updates for the NFL, you got Johnny and Alex to give you updates. And they'll have guests, obviously, pop in here and there. They don't reject anybody. We don't reject anybody here on these platforms, except for from people from Winnipeg, but that's a different story. If Cook tears his ACL now, I have to burn your house down. Well, it's an apartment complex for him, so you
got a lot of work to do.
You got a lot of work to do there. So, and you can find me, ladies and gentlemen, at Andrew_Foobz on Twitter. Every follow is appreciated. Subscribe to us on YouTube at North Sports Dynasty. Also check out and follow N Sports Dynasty on Twitter. That is our Twitter account, where we just kind of use that as our base platform for everything else.
Question here.
I know you guys do mostly football, but I was wondering, what are your thoughts on the NBA playoffs? Were surprising players good and bad? So I'm actually quite surprised. We were talking about this offline, and we were going to talk more of the NBA playoffs next week and just the playoff update next week. I'm surprised that the Clippers are actually going this far. I am very surprised they beat Utah. Utah is very, very good. I have the time. Utah is very underrated. And they are, I think, one all-star away from being like a very big super team. Had they just been able to give draft picks up to get Jimmy Butler, or if somebody of that type of caliber becomes available and they can get them to get down to Utah, we're talking about a destructive team there. Very surprised that the Clippers did that good. Very surprised LeBron James was out in the first round. I thought, injuries aside, I think that team could have, maybe done a little bit more damage than what they're used to. What about you, Alex?
Well, to me, just to carry off what you said at the very end there, the Suns manhandling the Lakers in at least 3 of those 6 games, and then taking care of business against Denver. Just Chris Paul, what he can mean to a franchise is insane. Mm-hmm. Everywhere he goes, he wins. He's got me rooting for the Suns this year in the playoffs to win it all. Surprising bad. I'm going to go to the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that choke job they had, not last game, but the game before.
Yep.
Where you go into the second half and only Joel Embiid and Seth Curry make a jump shot for you or get a field goal. That's insane. Like, Ben Simmons, I'm going to say this now, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, I've been saying hold it together and let them develop. They need to split. One of them's got to go. They can't work together. They both need 4 shooters around them and them to be the interior presence. As he puts, what's your finals predictions?
I got right now, I would say Suns versus, only because I think Kawhi's done. If Kawhi can come back somehow, it might be different, but I think it's going to be Suns versus Nets. And I think the Suns might do it in 7. But I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, if the Nets win it in like 5.
I have Suns versus Nets as well, which to me, I'd be excited for that series as much as I don't want the Nets to win it, because every time they played this year, it was a lights out game. It was so fun to watch. So give me that in a 7-game series.
Have the Nets won a title? They've never won a title, have they?
No, I think they did back in the day.
I think so. Hold on, I'm going to check.
I think like 80 to 85, somewhere in there. No,
they haven't. They've been to the finals.
Somebody else.
Okay, so they would be kind of cool to have Phoenix and the Nets in the finals there, because then someone new is obviously winning a title. Like, it was obviously really nice to see when Brooklyn or Golden State won their first, because it was like, cool, like they finally won one. So,
to me, that one too, I definitely cheer for the Suns, because it's two super teams, but they were built totally different.
Way different, yeah.
The Suns drafted their guys and then plucked CP3 to bring in, where the Nets signed Durant and Kyrie and all these veterans around them and then plucked James Harden in.
Yeah. Which
so they don't even the homegrown team.
Yeah, I would love to see the homegrown team.
But I still think if it's those two, it's Nets in 6, I think.
Just because of the superstar talent. Yeah. Butler and the Heat didn't have it together this year. No, they didn't. I think it's Tyler Hero had one good season. I think he's faltering off.
Yeah.
Hey guys, go Bucks. Dang rights. So with that, obviously we would like to talk more, but I do have to go. I got a wife who's got to work here in a little bit. Alex has got nothing to do, but no, I'm just kidding. Alex has probably got some things to do.
Yeah. I got a few things planned.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in today. It was great to interact with everybody. Don't forget that the new Madden cover is the MVP edition. I forgot to say that we were wrong back in the day about the Derrick Henry one.
Yes.
But hey, that's what happens. We trust our sources. And it wasn't really a source. It was just a source of a source. So, but you can blame us. We always try to give you the best that we can. I did find it funny when I posted that in the morning, and a few people were like, I don't know, Andrew. And I'm like,
and then like an hour later it came out.
So thank you all again. Remember also the conference finals here. It's the Kendall Jenner conference finals. It's very disgusting. It's not even that good looking.
Well, it's not anymore because.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Utah.
That's right. Whoa! How did you do that?
What did you click it? You click and drag.
I did it. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I did it accidentally.
That's so cool. We found out things accidentally. This is awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week. We'll bring up some playoff updates. Dynasty, obviously, like we do every weekend. Betting lines, all that kind of fun stuff here at North Sports Dynasty. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next weekend. Ciao, ciao for now.